Thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for this hashtag Randy Orton Q&A. This is going to be interesting, questionable, just like Randall Keith Orton's reign as WWE World Heavyweight Champion. How about that? All right. So thanks for all of you. If you don't follow the show on Twitter, make sure you do. The Twitter handle is at OTRSCentral. All right, let's get started here. At Bella's Natty Forever, your favorite and least favorite Orton match or feud? Least favorite feud would be his feud with Christian. My least favorite Randy Orton match would probably be the SmackDown where he won the belt from Christian. Favorite Orton feud might be his feud with Mick Foley in 2004, maybe. Favorite Orton match might be Orton and Taker at WrestleMania 21. At the Den Sidran, oh god, it begins now. In what color underwear does Randy Orton's raging ring boner get accentuated the most? I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe all of them? I don't know. Black seems to do the job. At Jaegerbomb Tom, do you think that Randy Orton will ever put anybody over? Well, he has. He's put over quite a number of people, recently at least. I mean, think about it. He actually has. I know that seems odd to say, but he's put over Daniel Bryan on more than one occasion. He has put over Cesaro. There's just a couple of guys I could think of off the top of my head. At Big Dame CDM, do you think Orton's raging ring boner would have ripped through his tights the same way Batista ripped his pants? Probably through the front of the crotch region, although if it ripped through the back of the crotch region, that would be odd and impressive all at the same time. At Motorhead 94, where would Randy Orton be today without Evolution? I think he would still be a star because they saw big things in him anyway, so they would have found another way to spotlight or feature him. Would he be in the same exact spot that he is now? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, once he gained entry into the Breakfast Club, that's one of those for life instances. For life, yeah, you get the idea. But that'd be an interesting question, actually. At King Big Axe 2, do you think Randy Orton has any chance of winning at WrestleMania 30? And if so, who should he pin? No, I really don't. And if he should pin anybody, it would probably be Daniel Bryan. If you're going to keep him as a heel champion, you're going to keep him heel, then that would be the way to do it. Otherwise, no, I don't think he has any real shot, actually. At Bauer 24 Power, must be a Jack Bauer fan. Do you think after winning the World Heavyweight Championship in 2004, Orton should have carried it through to WrestleMania 21 and dropped it to Batista? I definitely wouldn't have been opposed to that. It would have been one of those young talents versus young talents. Here's two future stars main eventing WrestleMania 21, and you have the Evolution storyline tied in there. Yeah, I could have advocated for that. At Best Buy Rick 1, which number is higher? Number of baby oil bottles used by Randy Orton or number of guitars broken by Jeff fucking Jarrett? Baby oil bottles used by Randy Orton, but apparently not anymore. Outrageous! But I'll go with Randy Orton and the baby oil bottles. At Larrikin _, how do you think the banning of baby oil in WWE will affect Randy Orton's ring performance? Well, it's like part of his whole MO. Now when he goes to slap in that chin lock, it's not going to feel the same. And guys are going to be able to get out of it easier because that baby oil, some people think, well, that makes you more slippery. Well, it became abrasive on Randall Keith Orton's tan skin. And as a result, when he would lock in that chin lock or that headlock, it actually suck in like a vice, like a python would, if you will. So this is outrageous. I cannot believe that this has been allowed to happen. How can you ban baby oil? Randall Keith Orton needs this. Triple H's water bottle? No, no, no. That's baby oil, brother. This is outrageous to the highest degree. At CPZ27, is Randy Orton one of the top 5 heels of his era, and if so, where does he rank? Yeah, in his era, he's definitely top 5, probably top 2 or 3. At the Y Factor 22, why do you think Orton has become the least important factor in the WrestleMania main event despite being champion? Because you throw in the Daniel Bryan factor and how much he's gotten over with the live event audience. You throw in the return of Batista and him winning the Royal Rumble and the emphasis and focus being put on him. And then you throw a Triple H and a Stephanie McMahon into the mix. And ironically enough, it leaves Randy Orton on the outside looking in. That's exactly why. At Beam of the Cash Man, if Sid and Orton were in a match, would Randy break Sid's neck first or would Sid break his own legs first? How about at the same time? No, I don't want Randy to break Sid's neck. We'll go with Sid breaking his legs like he did at Sid in 2001. Because Johnny Hayes wanted him to expand his offensive repertoire. Did you know what I know? At Callum Burgess 14, have you ever bought any Randy Orton t-shirts? No, probably never will. Besides, every time I would ever think of going to do that, Justin for the Tree of Woe show and Chase Oliver 68 and the Blue Borton have bought them all up. And did you like the Orton Christian feud in 2011? Oh, God, hell no. One of the worst feuds I've seen in a long time. One of the dumbest feuds I've seen in a long time. And easily my least favorite Randy Orton feud of all time. At Stephen Waz, how do you feel about Orton having both belts as WWE World Heavyweight Champion? And do you think they should combine them into one? Yeah, I think the time has come. He's held the belts for a few months now. Let's time maybe to combine it into one belt. Unless they do plan at some point on splitting the belts off. No, I would rather see him at this point after a little bit of time of it, emphasizing the fact that he's both WWE Champion and World Heavyweight Champion. No, just make one belt. I understand maybe from a merchandising standpoint they don't want to do that just yet, but I think it's time to do so. At Ranzu22, does the Breakfast Club have someone apply baby oil to Randy Orton, or does he do it himself? Probably both. I think Chase has applied for this job on numerous occasions and has been turned down because they said this was rather creepy of a request by him. But I'm sure they have some baby oil boys back there that put the baby oil on in a professional manner, I'm sure. At Michael Hayden 19, do you think when they have Roman Reigns go off on his own, they should have him feud with Randy Orton first? I don't know about first, but at some point they need to go there, yes. But I don't know if it necessarily needs to be first once Roman goes on his own. At Duke THS, does Randy Orton have one of the best drop kicks of all time? Top 10, top 5? Probably top 10. Yeah, we'll go with top 10. What the hell? Why not? Oh, God, we're asking questions about drop kicks. That's how you know this is a Randy Orton Q&A. At Ape Sid 231 fan, did you think a Ted DiBiase Jr. Randy Orton storyline would have worked just like the Batista and Triple H feud did in 2005? I don't know if it quite would have worked to that level, but I mean, you could have sat there and sold some pay-per-views off of the concept of the Raging Ring Boner versus the $1 Million Musket. Oh, that's right. That's what this Q&A is quickly descending into, ladies and gentlemen. It would have worked to a degree, but it would have been like Triple H Batista light. At Fork 34, is Randy Orton more talented than what he gets credit for from the IWC, YWC? To a degree, yes. To a degree, no. All these years later, he's still not very good on the mic. I think he sometimes doesn't get the credit he deserves for how well he executes what he does in the ring, even though sometimes he does do some relatively boring, drawn-out things in the ring. Actually, I think, for a while there, Cena was getting all the hate, and Orton was the anti-Cena, so Orton was getting plenty of love and plenty of respect, and maybe that's changed over the past couple of years. At 1WKHN, do you think Randy Orton has any chance of retaining the WWE World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania? Just about 0 to none, frankly. I can't see how they do it. Unless the whole strategy is to deflect away and have it be him so de-pushed and so de-emphasized that he just surprises everybody and wins it. Like, heading into Elimination Chamber where he was losing to every freaking buddy and then he finds a way to win the belt. At Seed 703, what was your favorite Legend Killer moment? And should have Mick Foley won the Intercontinental title from him back at Backlash 2004? No to the second one. I don't think you needed to have Foley win the IC title there. Favorite Legend Killer moment would probably be maybe spitting in the face of Mick Foley, the throwing him down the steps, stuff like that. At Chase Oliver 68, apparently he's going to finish out this Q&A with several questions. Imagine that. For some reason, I can't find the Blue Borton. I guess he'll be here for the WrestleMania 30 preview show, and I think he'll have plenty to say to Chase then. Do you feel Randy Orton is being held back because of the recent ban on baby oil? Yes, this is rudimentary, fundamentally an abomination of justice. This is bullshit of the highest order, and I don't understand why they have to be so racist with this. Why you gotta hate on Randy Orton and his baby oil? Was it really bothering anybody? No. If anything, it was supporting third world countries. It was supporting economies. Johnson & Johnson might have to file bankruptcy because of this shit. This is ridiculous. A cultural and economic disaster and nightmare. Where will Randy Orton go down as an all-time great in pro wrestling? Probably not. Had to shoot you straight, brother. And the Raging Ring Boner. How beautiful is it? And how many women do you think he has stuck it into? I'm sure he stuck it into quite plenty, probably more after he got married than before he got married. Is it a beautiful thing? It's something that helps him stand out. It helps him rise above the competition. It is something unique. It's something that you notice, when he gets into that RKO position, that setup, and he finds that gopher hole, he goes to a special place. Michael Cole is 100% right about that. He goes to his own world. He goes to Raging Ring Bonerville, and it is something to behold. It is a spectacle, needless to say. Wow. Yep. And then Chase said something to the effect of he's got a message for the Blue Borton, and apparently the Blue Borton took him so seriously that the Blue Borton didn't even decide to show up. I believe he would have said something to Chase Oliver to the effect of, eat shit, and I'm the #1 Randall Keith Orton fan. I don't know. Seems like one hell of a boring feud we've got developing here in the YWC. Chase Oliver versus the Blue Borton. Yikes, indeed. So, all right, thanks to all of you that submitted your questions for this hashtag Randy Orton Q&A. Will be interesting to see what happens with him at WrestleMania 30 and beyond. The WWE World Heavyweight Champion seems like the least important part of the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match at WrestleMania 30. Now that is an interesting development. But I'm still pissed off. How are they going to fucking ban Baby Oil? Triple H, Randy Orton, Hulk Hogan, you need to call in the big guns and you need to do something about this, WWE, now! Fucking outrageous. Can't believe it.